Okay, hey guys. Looks like I got a few of you guys in here. If you have any questions, what I'm doing here is I'm testing out some of the new SparkFX features that we have coming out. This is going to be really a lot I'm going to be going through here is the text tools. But if you have any questions about that or really anything else about SparkFX or DaVinci Resolve, feel free to throw them up there, and I will do my best to get some answers for you. But I'm just going to talk through what I'm doing here. The new text tools, and I got a video coming out hopefully early next week that's going to go through all of these. When you come into SparkFX, if you're not familiar with it, let me know and I can kind of give you an overview. But you go to this text tools area, and what we have is this thing, the new one right here is a text styles area that lets you manage and update some text styles. There's edit, align, and playhead, this really, really cool layout and style manager that's kind of a drag drop thing that makes it super simple to drag your styles around, some animation tools, font labs, and some other things as well. So I'm just going to be testing, and if you guys have any questions, I'm going to be watching the chat, and I'll try to get them answered for you.
Your brand is special, and so is what you do.
All right. Okay, so let's see. What we're going to do is we're going to start with just the basics here. Let's see. I have a hotkey to bring up SparkFX. We'll get that going. All right. I'm going to be testing some of the basic text styles here. So what this does is when you have some text, and say we'll stack this text on top of each other, and I'm going to use this edit and align at playhead option, and we have 3 text clips on top of each other, and with this option here you can space them out. I'm going to go ahead and set SparkFX to always be on top like that, and we'll move this over a bit, and I'm going to use the spacing option, and you can adjust the spacing distance between all of these just with a real quick click. Okay, and then this option here lets you flip between all of the text tools. You can do text style, edit, align, and playhead, this layout thing, animation, and the font labs. So we're going to go into text style, and this is where you can kind of choose the source for your text style and then the destination. So we're going to choose the source as the playhead, the top clip, and I'm going to go ahead and just make some changes on it. We'll kind of come up with a new text style here. Can be as ugly as you want. It doesn't really matter for testing purposes. And then what we can do is, so that's the text style. The source is going to be at the playhead. We're going to use the text style, and we're going to do the destination is going to be the playhead, and we're just going to hit update text style. And that updated all those 3 styles for us. Let's see. Hey Juan, any book that teaches expressions, macros, and DaVinci Resolve? I'm looking for a good reference. I have some stuff on my website that has a little bit about it, but actually, you might want to try AI and ask it what you want to do, because I've had some good luck with AI, and you kind of tell it you're looking for a DaVinci Resolve Lua expression or expression, and kind of give it the example of what you're trying to do, or maybe even you may even ask it, and it can help you out. And I have some videos about it as well. If you go to my channel and search for expressions, there's quite a few things in there that can help you out as well. But expressions are pretty powerful. They're a lot of fun once you understand them. It's not as complicated as you think, definitely. Appreciate the question. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to take this other text clip and put it over here, and I'm just going to reset it. And so there's this option to update the text style at the playhead or the timeline. So we're going to test that out. So we're going to make some adjustment here, change the color, and we'll change the font to this guy right here. Like that. And we have these 2 clips. So I'm going to say update at the playhead position. And that shouldn't update that one right there. Okay. Now we're going to update all the text on the timeline. using the current playhead top track. And it did that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to check out is this styles manager. So we've kind of created this text style here that has kind of a purple outline of some yellow text. So we're going to go to the style library. Actually, we'll go here and we're going to say save this, save the current. It's going to see right here, it says playhead clip top track. We're going to save this as a new style. So click save a style, and we're going to call it yellow with a yellow purple outline. And save it as a style. Okay, so that is actually a style. These are some other styles that I've created. Yellow purple outline. We're going to select it, and we'll we have that saved off. So let's go ahead and we're going to choose one of those other ones. We'll choose this the red one right here, and we'll hit update. All right, it switched those back. Now let's reuse the style that we just saved. So we're going to go back in and we're going to select a style. We're going to do the yellow purple outline style, and we're going to hit update text style. And that did it for us. Now the next thing, this is actually a new thing. I think it's kind of in one of the newer resolves, is that we can actually get the names of these clips, which you couldn't before from the scripting. So I'm going to change these right here. So if we go to File, I'm going to call this Heading 1. And we'll call this one Heading 2. And this one we'll call Heading 3. Okay, so these clips, this is actually a really cool way to, actually that didn't, let me update that. That's Heading 2 right there, and Heading 3. So this is a way that you can kind of style your text. And as you sprinkle these across your entire timeline, it's going to be really easy to update all the clips that are called Heading 1, Heading 2, Heading 3. So you set up your timeline, and if you want to make a style adjustment to your text, you can just use this, and it's going to update across the entire timeline. So if you wanted to use this style or change it to be something else. So we're going to hit refresh here, and you'll see at the playhead we have Heading 1, 2, and 3. So what we're going to do is I'm going to choose Heading 3, which is this bottom clip right here. And we're going to go to the style library, and we're going to choose red right there and update it. Oh, actually, that's a bug. It did all clips. Anytime you change the style, it needs to reset this. So let's go back and select these. I'm going to make a note of that. Okay. So we're going to select the purple outline and Heading 3, update style. Oh. Get that reset back. Always got to reset when you're testing. Okay, now we're going to go select the purple outline and Heading 3. So let's see if that did it. Yep. So anyway, that just updated this Heading 3. So what that means is that if we create other clips, we'll call this one Heading 2. And we're just going to move this and make a bunch of copies of it. Refresh, and we're going to select the style. We'll choose this scripty font right here, and we're going to update the entire timeline, and we're going to update Heading 2. And let's see what happens here. Update text. And all the clips that were labeled Heading 2 got updated. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, now we're going to do it by color. So I'm going to take these clips right here, and we're going to color them, let's say green. So now what we're going to do is we're going to update all of the green Heading 2s. And we're going to set these to, I don't even remember what I set this AAA to. Anyway, so this should just update these 3 green ones. Custom title. Oh, yeah, it needed to anytime we change that, this shouldn't reset like that. I'm going to Heading 2. That's the same bug. Heading 2, update. I don't even remember what I set the style to, so that's going to cause trouble. Yeah, we may have an issue here. Heading 2, style library. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that was just my style, the way that was set. Okay, that worked perfect. I like it. Very good. So this is the basic text thing where the way it works is you select your text source. The other one here is the media bin. So what you can do is if you want something that's like more complicated than the regular text clip, let's try this with one of Jake's clips. The whip templates. We're going to go with this reveal left here. So this is the Jake Whip's new editor titles. Really cool titles here. That's a reveal right. So let's see what happens. Okay, so to use this, what we can do is we can take it and we're just going to drag it into the media pool area, and that's going to allow SparkFX to see it. So we're going to delete it out of the timeline. And let's get SparkFX back up. And we're going to do media bin as the source for our style. And we're going to choose reveal right. So this is one of Jake's new titles. And we're going to apply it to the timeline, all the clips that are green. And so what should happen is this script should change to be to Jake's title. And it updated it for us. Perfect. All right, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to update this text so it actually looks different. And to do that, we're going to hit go back to SparkFX and do the edit text at the timeline. So instead of saying custom title, we're going to actually have it say something else here. And update. So that updated these 3 pieces of text for us right from this one screen. So that's a nice thing about this edit text at edit text timeline. You can update everything, and there's also a really great feature that you can just click on something and it's going to take you right to the text. So you can edit it and jump right to it immediately. It's a big time saver when you're navigating and jumping around your timeline and making lots of edits. So we're going to go back to this guy right here. And we're going to do a different one. So that's Jake's title. We're going to flip it back to another one of these other titles. We'll do the center reveal title. This is one of the default ones that just comes with Resolve. It's pretty easy to use. So we're going to update the timeline. We're going to set it to center reveal and update all the green clips. So these reveal rights should change to center reveal. Perfect. All right. Hey, and if you guys have any questions, just dump them in the chat. I would love to hear from you and let me know what you think. If you think this is interesting or not, or if maybe a little confusing because it needs a little bit of refinement here. But once you use it, it's really powerful and it lets you do a lot of really cool stuff. So let's see. Actually, let me get the light on myself a little better. How about that? Maybe you can actually see me now. Okay. The next thing I wanted to show was this next. I'm going to take all this stuff and move it over a little bit. Okay. This is something I don't think this is something nobody's seen yet. It's a really interesting feature. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change the. We're going to go style library here, and change it to this red. Take it off the green clips and update. It's updating all the clips in the timeline. Okay, now we're going to edit the text here. So we're going to do edit text at playhead, and this is similar to that edit text across the full screen thing, across the full timeline, except it only edits what's under the playhead. And this is really useful for my new bullet list plugin. A lot more information about that coming soon. Text tools, update text. Perfect, just like that. All right, here we go. What we're going to do is going to do this edit and align text at playhead. No, sorry. We're going to do the layout and style. So this is a new thing. It's kind of experimental, but it's a fast way to update and manage all your text really quickly. So right here, all you got to do is kind of just a drag drop. You can move the text around and put it exactly where you want it. And there's some alignment tools that allow you to align the text. Okay, so, and this works also with the styles thing. So if you click text, you can right click on it, text style, and you can say select style, and you can choose any one of your saved styles. Text style, select text, and yellow with the purple outline. There we go. This is the new one we created, and so this is there for you to use anytime you drag text down. You can use this style. It'll work with Text Plus components or really just about anything. Let's try that out. So we're going to go. Just more testing. So let's try one of these X stretch. Okay, so this is another one of Jake's titles. Right there, we're going to refresh, and there it is. So we're going to right click on it, text style, select style, and we're going to choose the yellow with the purple outline. And there it is. Awesome. So you can take this, you can use that style, and you can use it for almost, the thing is, it doesn't work for everything. It just kind of depends on how things are set up. Let's try it with this basic call out. This may not work. It just depends on how the title is set up, but it's going to work for a lot of stuff. So with this layouts and styles, what you need to do is you need to hit refresh to get it to update. And here's the basic call out. And moving it around doesn't quite work for these, but we're going to right click, text style, and select text style. We'll do yellow purple outline. That worked perfect. So anyway, this is just showing that you basically use a style, and if it's something you use a lot, you can use it with any of your different plugins. It's really easy to choose it. So hopefully that's something that's interesting for you guys. Let me check something here. Yeah, so far it looks like everything is working fairly well here. Let's go back over to here. I'm going to make a couple more copies of some text. And refresh. Okay, this is where there's a new block mode in here. You can actually edit this text, and we'll call it new text. So you see how the text is all going around there. You can line this all up by highlighting it all and getting into this block edit mode, and it'll align it all left or right, and then you can shift it up or down, and it'll kind of pack it in tight. If you need a little more space, you can adjust the XY settings. Hey, Charles, thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. I hope this is something that's interesting for you. And let's make it a little bit closer together. So we can set the Y distance to 4, and that's going to push those a little bit closer together. And then you can also, you notice that one of these is blue, and that's kind of the reference clip, and you can do this to center everything around that clip. Let's see, let me walk through a couple of these other things here. So there's the style setting. Like I said, you could right click and select style. You can also copy paste. So if we like the style that this has, you can right click on it and copy that style. And we'll take this text tools down here and we can paste the style. And when you paste it, you can choose what attributes you want to paste, the position size. We're going to paste the font, color tracking, as well as all the other styles. And you just click paste style. And that updated for us. That works great. Okay, what are we going to do next? This option here does the same thing. I'm going to click on this. This one does some auto spacing, so it'll automatically vertically align things and space things out evenly. So you'll see if we have one on the top and one on the bottom, what it's going to do is vertical spacing. It's going to kind of distribute and space everything between these two clips evenly. Yeah, so we got some consistent spacing there. All right, that looks good. I'm really just kind of messing around here, trying different stuff out. I don't really have a plan, which is kind of sometimes it's good in testing to just be trying different things, see what breaks and what doesn't. Okay, the next thing is there's the font labs. So let's see here, what do we got? Okay, so this one is actually lets you visually kind of see all the fonts on your computer. So I'm going to highlight all this stuff and click this button right here, and it's going to bring up, let's see, get rid of that. Okay, so these are all the fonts that are on my computer, and and if you want to choose one of these, all you got to do is click it, and it's going to update everything with that font. Highlight everything, click the font labs, and let's say we want to do this Barlow condensed. We'll just click it like that, and that updated all the fonts for us. We can do the same thing with font size. Actually, let's just try this. Let's just update the font on these two right here. See if I can find a kind of a crazy font. What do we want to do? I will do that one. Okay, so see the text got a little bit bigger there. Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun to play with. Hopefully you guys get a chance to try this out. Okay, so the next is the size. So we're going to highlight these two, click the size option. I got some really quick buttons here so you can adjust the size. So if you need consistent sizing, you just click the number that you want, and you're going to get your text at that size. And this is all making live updates inside of Resolve, which is really nice. Okay, then there's the color. So highlight all these, you can click color, and we can actually change the color of all the fonts just with a single click. Update the style, and we'll go back to the red. Okay, now we're going to highlight these again. We're going to do update text style, and this time I'm going to update the size, because you see it updated everything, but I didn't have the size and position set up. And there's also one for expressions, because what happens sometimes is, depending on the text component you're using, you may want to copy an expression, you may not, so you can use this option if you want to. And we're going to do size, and it's going to put all of them back to the same size. Perfect. And we'll space them out just a little bit. And now we can adjust the color. And we can come in here, and we can also, like I said, anytime you make it, let's do one more in here. We're going to call this great stuff. So there's a new text component. So what you need to do is you need to hit this refresh so it gets that, and we can slide it right in there. Okay. Once we get this set, I'm going to show you some animation tools. These are real early. Like I said, most of this stuff you're seeing here, this is kind of like in a preview. It kind of needs a little bit more testing, but it does a pretty good job. So we're going to highlight all of this, and I'm going to hit this animation icon. And this is where you can do a really quick text animation. You can set the time in seconds, and you can animate it. And I'm just going to hit random animation. Let's see what happens. Minimize this, and we'll see if we can let this go. Look at that, perfect. And we can come up here and move all this stuff around, and it's going to still keep the animation. Slide this stuff over just a bit. All right, so what do you guys think about that? Does that look kind of interesting? And we can make some other adjustments. So if we wanted to adjust the rotation and let's say adjust the rotation, just hit do that and hit randomize. And we got a great little text animation. Let's configure the randomize option. Let's see, we're going to do minus 360. We're going to do a lot more spin on here. These are the random settings. So it's going to go from minus 360 to 360. We'll save that off and we'll re-randomize it. And the other thing you can do is we can change the order. So we can reverse it, do a random order. And we can also do the offset. So there's a little bit of delay between when each of the animations starts and stops. And let's set it to like maybe 0.2. And we'll do randomize and make it go a little bit slower. Say 0.8. And we can randomize it again. So it's just going to take all these options and give us a new animation. All right, let's say we don't want it to do the rotation anymore. We'll just take that off. Just playing with some different options. And then the other thing here is, like, say if you want it to only be like one animation. So you say if you want everything to be sliding up, and we'll set the distance, kind of a short distance here. And I'm not going to randomize it. I'm just going to set animation. So what that's going to do is it's only going to use the options that you see right here when it's setting up these animation parameters. Okay, so now these should only go up. And let's have it go in the default order, which I think the default order is top to bottom. I have to check that. I don't remember how I set that up. Oh, I think it's the, it might be track order. Let's make this go a lot faster. 0.1, and then we'll have this go really quick too. Let's say 0.3, and we'll change the easing. So what it's doing is, when you do this, it goes through and adjusts the settings for all of these text clips. Kind of like that bounce back a little bit. Great. Let's space it out a little bit more. So I'm going to highlight these. We're going to set the X spacing to, let's say, 4. And we'll do that again. So it spaced it out a bit. Let's adjust some of the fonts and colors here. The top ones, we're going to make them orange, yellow, and then we're going to highlight the bottom two. And you can click this box here to do a custom color. And we'll make it kind of a pink. Like pink's not too bad. And we'll hit set color. Yeah, so if you guys want to try this out, this is available for download. These are purchase products from SparkFX. You can go down to SparkFXStudio.com and download it and get started with it if you want to try it out, because it is available, but I'm always making adjustments and upgrades. Okay, that looks good. Let's go to, this is the just the Font Labs regular area here. And this one just works really simply. Basically, it's just a way to, you see all your fonts here. If there's a font that you like, you can favorite it. So let's go through and set up some favorite fonts. So this is really great if you have certain fonts that you use a lot. You know, because typically when you're in Resolve, if you click on one of these, you get this big long font list. Now there's a way to reduce this list to make it a lot shorter, but it's really not easy to preview what the font looks like. And adjust some things. So with the Font Labs, you can see we get a preview over here. And we need to stack all these things so we can see it. Let's go outline type flag. I'm gonna stack these real quick. And align to the left. And let's space them out a little bit better. It's really easy to flip between all these different tools. think they need to be a little bit smaller. Yeah, it looks like we lost our text off the bottom of the screen. Yeah, that's we'll have to work on that. Edit, align it playhead, and bring all the text closer together. Okay, there we go. The layout, and we're going to make all this a lot smaller so that we can keep it on the screen. Sometimes a bigger font size, you know, just depending on the way the font is, it'll display larger or smaller. Okay, so we got all that. Going to even it out a bit, and let's center it. All right, okay, that looks good. So now we're going to hit Layout and Style, and let's go to the new Font Labs. Perfect. So the way I have this set up is this is actually a hotkey on my computer. So anytime I want to change anything, while I'm editing, if I want to go change this text here, all I got to do is hit Control Alt and F, and it's going to pop up. And this is where we're going to set some favorites. So I don't know what you guys use. It depends. I use different ones at different times, but we'll just do some experiments here. I know this one's pretty popular, and we'll do like a kind of a scripty looking font. And we'll do that one. I don't know, maybe not the best fonts, but anyway, so what I did is I clicked the star by each of the fonts that I use all the time. Or, well, I don't really use them all the time, but I'm pretending like I would use them all the time. This is what you would do. And then you click this star here, and you got all your favorite fonts right there. So you can minimize that and bring it up real quick. Click that, change the font, and you're done. So the way this works, you got an adjustment here. You can adjust the size, and you can also adjust the preview text. So this lets you see say you have a specific kind of text or a specific text that you're wanting to style, and this kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. So it's a little bit more information than you get here. The hover thing that they did is great. I do like it, but I think I like being able to see the preview text in all the different fonts at the same time. I think that's kind of a nice feature. And then there's also some font sets. So if you have some different brands, customers, or different styles of videos you work with, you can create different font sets and have different sets of favorites depending on what type of video you're working on. All right, does anybody have any questions on any of this? Just pop into the chat. I would love to hear from you. Just say hello or something like that. All right, and then let's see, get out of here. And then there's a search. So you can search for a font real quick just by typing it in there. So anyway, that's the Font Labs product, and you can download this and get this on SparkFX right now. It's available. Actually, everything I'm doing right now is available. I'm just testing because we're going through this release cycle, and I'm just trying to tweak and fix just a few little things here and there. Make sure everything is working good. All right, let's go back this way. What else do we want to do in here? Hey guys, from Netherlands and Finland. Wow, okay. What time is it there? It must be kind of late for you guys. Probably up in the middle of the night or something, I would imagine. So how many of you guys actually have SparkFX right now and are using it? Are you just kind of curious, or you're just popping in to see what I'm doing? Okay, 2219. Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. It's not super late. 2219. Yeah, anyway, you're just curious on SparkFX? Yeah, it's kind of a tool that I've developed. What it came from is that, you know, over the years, I don't know how long you've been watching my channel, but I've been making Resolve videos for quite a while, and I basically have a programming background, so I built a lot of tools, scripts, utilities, and I had so much stuff I decided to kind of combine it into a. You own SparkFX? Oh, awesome! Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Any feature suggestions, anything? Let me know. I'm always like to hear your feedback. This gamer kitty euphoric. Anyway, I took a lot of these tools and utilities and put them into the SparkFX. So it's something that helps me edit faster, and hopefully it's something that can help you edit your videos faster, because editing videos takes a lot of time. It's a very time consuming process, and any little bit that you can do to help you out and save steps, not even really cut corners, but automate some of the processes is going to help you, spend more time on your creativity and getting something that you want, as opposed to fighting the editor or moving files around and adjusting things. So that's the purpose of all of these. There's a lot in here, and I'm going to be making some more walkthrough videos. And this is the thing where, maybe not all of these are something that you're going to use, but even if you only find a couple of them, they can really make a big difference in your workflow. So let's go back into the text tools here. Style, we'll go back to this scripty font. And we're going to update only the clips at the playhead, and we'll do heading 1. So this is going to change heading 1 to this scripty style for everything that's heading 1. So it looks like we have heading 2s and 3s. So it should only change the top 3. They're right up there. Perfect. Oh, awesome. You love the Sound Explorer and the Auto Band. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's a good one. I haven't really talked about that one much. And actually, if you get the latest one, that one actually will work with images and video now. So the media browser, it'll browse sound, but if you actually have like a graphic library or a video library of common clips that you use, you can it'll show those as well, and you can just kind of drag and drop them. So that's a kind of another little thing that's been added in there if you haven't noticed that yet. And now let's see, let's update heading 3. You have tons of tools, but to remove them, since I'm the most recent version of DaVinci, not just the earliest one. So why'd you have to remove the tools? I'm not quite sure I understand. Oh, you have to go reinstall them. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that would be. Typically, when you upgrade it, you should have everything there. You shouldn't have to reinstall. But I guess it may be. Are you talking about SparkFX, or are you talking about other kinds of tools? Okay. Okay. So your Resolve got messed up, and you just basically had to reset everything. Okay. Yeah, that can happen sometimes with software. And a lot of times it may not even be the problem, but it's kind of like the, anytime you have a problem with like your TV or computer, they just say, restart it, unplug it, turn it off and plug it back in. And sometimes that fixes it. Sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully that helps you out. Getting a fresh computer, getting a bunch of junk off there, it can actually even make things run a little bit faster, getting rid of some of the things that you don't need or not using. So hopefully you can get set back up with everything that you need, and it helps you out. All right, we're going to do update heading 2, and we'll do this one. Oh, we didn't fix it? Oh, geez, I'm sorry about that. So what kind of problem are you having? Is it what exactly is not working? I probably won't be able to fix that. I'm sure I won't be able to fix anything. I'm just kind of curious what got messed up. Oh, okay, that's that one again. Updated all clips. So yeah, anytime we change this, we need to change that. Heading 3. Okay, that's bad. All memory blue screen and crashes. off topic. Tutorials help me edit a short film. Oh, awesome! I'm glad it helped you edit a short film. Which tutorials or things do you think you used or helped you out the most? I'd be kind of curious to see if which things you liked. Yeah, 64 gig of memory. That's a lot. I actually have 64, and that actually helped my computer out a lot. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, something is messed up if Resolve is crashing like that. So have you been? You haven't been. So you can't do any editing right now. Are you just kind of you're stuck? Media bin, and then we'll go back. We're gonna go back and we're gonna use, let's see, reveal right. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Jake Whipp's editor titles, and we're gonna swap all these to one of his new titles. Memory leak with big projects. Okay, yeah, I guess do you have a lot of files or high resolution files, stuff like that? Okay, so you're doing the edit for 20 minutes, shut it down, then go for 20. I guess that works, but it's still kind of a pain because it takes a long time to start and stop. Tracking tutorials. Okay, Guido. So tracking was the key. Great. I'm glad my tracking videos helped you out on your short film. That's awesome. I love hearing it. I spent a lot of time making all these tutorials and stuff, and it's really something I did for me, but I also did it for anybody else that was interested. So that's awesome to hear. The project is 2 terabytes. Okay, yeah, 2 terabytes. That's huge. that's well beyond anything I've ever done. So I don't even know if my computer would be able to work with that. So I'm assuming you're using proxies and all the kinds of optimizations as well. But geez. So when did that problem start happening? Did it start happening with a specific DaVinci Resolve upgrade or just kind of randomly? And there we go. Okay, so there we go. We got Jake's editor titles. They just slid right in there. Perfect. Now let's just change everything. Let's do a new one here. Let's choose this call out. We're going to change everything to a basic call out. This might be a little bit extreme. Okay, memory leak in 19 that came through to 20. So I guess if they know about it, hopefully they'll get it fixed in an update because they've been doing quite a few updates. I think they just did one yesterday or something. So they've been iterating pretty quickly, which is, they usually do a pretty good job. So hopefully they'll get that fixed if you've been talking to them about it and if they can reproduce it and identify it. Okay, so we got the modern callout. Yeah, normal project, don't notice it. So yeah, none of my projects are that big, so I'm sure I don't notice it at all. Just have a few little files and stuff like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go hit that, and we're going to do this modern callout, and at the playhead, all the clips. Let's see what this does. Update style. Now everything is the modern callout. But they're sitting on top of each other, and that's because of the these positions. Yeah, depending on the component you're using, sometimes these styles do different things. All right, let's flip it back to, let's try another one. All right, titles. Whip templates, editor titles. Let's try these. His glitch titles are really cool. I like these a lot. We'll go with the glitch. Basic glitch. And let's see, we'll throw it up in here. Glitch title. Delete them out of the timeline. So we're going to change all of these call outs to the glitch title. Those lives with 7 viewers on specific topics are the best part of the internet. I hope it's good. I don't really do a lot of these, and I'm not sure if you're saying it's good or you're messing with me there. But Hopefully you're getting something out of this. And if you're not, I hope you enjoy, watching me fumble around and try to figure stuff out. But I appreciate you watching, definitely. So we're going to select the glitch title right here and update all of these callouts to the glitch. See if that worked. And they're all glitching in. Perfect. Yeah, they're good. I just like what's coming next. Oh yeah, thanks. I'm glad you like it. Hopefully these are tools that you guys are going to use. And I built them. A lot of this I built for myself, and I've actually built a lot of it from user feedback. So, people are using my tools and they're saying, hey, could you make it do this? Could you make it do that? And you can't get it right for everybody, but hopefully there's enough in there that can help enough people. Reinstalling Studio right now. I bought all the add-ons. Thought there's only stuff happening on highly viewed stuff. SparkFX Studio, that is. Okay. Yeah, there's stuff happening all over the place. I don't really get a lot of views on my videos, but I try to put out good stuff. So maybe there's something there for you. What language is SparkFX written in? It's written in a thing called Electron.js, which is it's a JavaScript HTML hybrid thing that you can build desktop applications. So it's not directly integrated with Resolve. It integrates with the Resolve API. That's kind of why it works best with the SparkFX Studio. But yeah, Electron, it's a development platform. It's been around for quite a while. It makes it really quick to do cross-platform. So basically what I can do is I write everything, and then I can create a Mac version and then a Windows version. So who's on Mac, who's on Windows? Computer graphics course, appreciate the work. Yeah, it takes a lot of work doing graphics unless you're using AI these days. But if you're doing it yourself, it takes a lot of work and a lot of knowledge. I'm not great on graphic design, but I know enough to do a few different things. But yeah, so what are you guys using, Mac or Windows? I'd be kind of curious about that. Windows, yep, I'm on Windows. Let's see, Electron's web for cross-platform, exactly. Why not Atari? Electron is just what I picked, and I went with it. I was just looking for something, trying to get started, and I was good with JavaScript and HTML. So I know that there's a lot of different platforms to use, but this seemed to work for me. It gets the job done. Love the UI update. Appreciate it. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Sometimes the way stuff looks can make a big difference. All right. Where was it? Okay, the glitches. So now let's see if we can move these glitches around in the layout and style area. Yeah, so this is one of the things that with Jake's, the way I'm going to work on this. I was talking with him about it, see if I can get some positioning stuff, get this to work a little bit better. Just doing the up and down, but not the left and right, the X and Y positions. So anyway, this is a situation where it's going to work for a lot of stuff. So we can do the text style, and we'll do the yellow with the purple outline. That works fine. So it's with his glitch, but the positioning is just a little bit off. But I think there's enough in there where you guys can use it and actually get some benefit out of it. I'm going to switch these back to the regular Text Plus. So to do that, I'm going to take a Text Plus component or title. So it needs to work. It needs to work with rule 1, and you have to the easiest one make it. How did I automate the quiz videos? That was just a bunch of AI experimentation. And I may have more on that later, but let me see. Let me get this reset, and then I'll kind of walk you through what I did on the quiz videos. It was kind of interesting. I would, AI is going to be here, so I figured we need to learn it. Everybody needs to at least know what it's capable of and how to use it. So that was my my attempt to see if I could make it do something. Let's go to the media pool, text plus. I just want to reset this for my testing here. I got text plus in there. Go here. And we're going to go back to text plus, everything at the playhead. So it's going to flip these back to text plus. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so for the AI video, what I did is I created a query that I can run. It can run in ChatGPT. I think I tried it in Gemini, Grok, Claude, all those. And I just said, hey, generate a quiz. And I had it generate in I don't know if you guys know what JSON is, but JSON is a computer format that is computer readable data structure. And it basically gave all the questions. I told it to, for each question and answer, I said, give me a prompt for an image and stuff like that. And it actually generated the whole thing. And I ran it through a voice, it generated the script, and I ran it through a text to speech, and kind of had a sequencer that's, I don't know if I'll ever do it, but I kind of built it into maybe what could come into SparkFX eventually, that it can take a bunch of these resources and things from AI and assemble it into a unified timeline. I was going to see, so basically it's all automated. Basically I run the query, and then I take the results of the query and put it into this tool, and it generates all the graphics, generates the voiceover, and sequences all the graphics and clips and everything inside of SparkFX. I had to do like the robot guy and all that. That's custom animations. So I actually did that in Fusion and made some graphics, and it just uses those Fusion clips and updates some properties. But I tried to automate as much as I could. And let's check the update in the size. So this is size. We're going to update the size. Playhead. I'm just using regular JavaScript. Yeah, it's working pretty good. I've only found a few little issues. I'm gonna make sure to get those fixed up for sure. I probably need to, I don't know if I need to reset that when we bring this up or not. A video on the whole process for, say Christian, so you like to see a video on the whole process for creating the AI videos? Is that what you're looking for? Tool to create credit rolls. No, I don't have anything like that. So yeah, I thought you did it in the same thing. 3bound something math guy does. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll show you the AI video. Let me pull this up real quick. See if I can show you guys if you're curious. Let me open this up. Give me just a second here. I'm going to pull up the query, just kind of show you how it worked. It's pretty interesting. Where did I put it? I don't know. Okay, 3 brown, 1 blue. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that guy. I'll have to look it up. I'm not familiar with him. I'm trying to find this query here because it's kind of interesting. It's been a while since I did it. I don't remember where I put it. I tend to be pretty disorganized. Dang it. Let's see, the website login isn't working. When I log in, login button stays there and it's not showing me the ones I bought. I'll have to check that. So are you trying to like log in to download? Let me verify that. Yeah, it should. The login should work. What's happening when you try to log in? Yeah, I'll have to. I forgot where I put the AI. I was going to show you the query that I used to generate the AI videos because it's kind of interesting and run it. But I forgot where I put it because I was been reorganizing my computer. So maybe I will do a video on that if you guys are interested. There's some stuff there. I downloaded a bunch of stuff on my computer, and all the images and everything were generated locally. Even the text to speech was all done using open source projects. So it did take a while because I don't have the biggest GPU in the world, but it was good enough to actually get it done. It takes a little while to generate it, but it works. And the login button stays on the screen. So when you press the login button, you don't get to the login page, or you get to the login page and you hit login and it doesn't go anywhere. Like, are you referring to this login button right here? And this login screen? Get to the screen that says Spark, because I just tested this and it did appear to work. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why that wouldn't work. Yeah, because that should get you there. If it's not working, click the support link and send an email to support, and we can help you out that way. Okay, now. Yeah, I don't know what the problem would be with that. I'm gonna have to look at that and see, because it's just all looks like it's going good for me. me give one more attempt, see if I can find this, the quiz script. Okay, that's that part. Oh, maybe this is it. Let's see, trivia. Okay, yeah, this is, I did find it here. So this is the, if you're still there, this is kind of what the prompt looks like for the quiz. It basically tells it to generate some stuff and what kind of images and how to format everything right there. It's kind of long, but once it's set up, it just kind of works. Okay, so for the login, you know, you can, if you go, okay, if you're having trouble logging in, you can go to that page right there and you can download it directly. You can download the latest SparkFX from there without having to log in. That should hopefully get you past the issue. But yeah, still, if the login's not working, definitely let me know, because I still want to make sure that gets fixed. Let's see. All right, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, sure, is something on your side? I don't know. Maybe it's just computer trouble. It sounds like, you know, something is not working right. Okay, so here we got Google Gemini. This is that quiz thing. And I'm just going to paste this in here. It's my quiz, and it's doing for a cosmic quiz. That's the name of the channel. And what do I do here? I give it, there's somewhere in here it's a topic. So let's, I'm just going to hit this and go. And this is the thing where I could actually just change the topic. So if I want it to be about, you know, ancient history, or if I want it to be about space travel, I can do that. And it's going to go through here, generate the quiz. These are some graphics that it's going to generate. And it generates the intro text right there. This is the section. All right, Brainiacs, buckle up for section 1. And what I do is I run this through the text to speech, and it generates all the speech for the video for me. Okay, let's see if we can answer any of these questions here. Let's see. What is the name of the colossal ice cream sundae typically contains? Stretch this out a bit. No, it's not wrapping. So it's hard. But anyway, so we got questions and answers. It's crazy how dumb all the models are compared to ChatGPT and Claude. Yeah, I mean, I get pretty good results with Gemini. I use ChatGPT, I use Claude, and I even use Grok a little bit. A lot of times, I'll use all the different models to cross compare and see which ones I like the best answer from. And then I usually always double check everything anyway. And what is the capital city of France? What is it? Rome, Berlin, Paris. There we go. Anyway, okay. Anyway, that's the quiz generator. So maybe if you guys are interested in that, I can do something on how I created all this. But the purpose was to try to automate everything and still use Resolve to generate the video. So I think it probably takes maybe about 30-40 minutes to run the queries, generate all the files, and then have Resolve render anything. But it only takes like 3 or 4 minutes of my time. But I still, to do it right, I would really need to go through and double check these answers, because sometimes it gets them wrong, and a lot of times each of the AIs will give different results for these answers. I think at the very end, it's still generating down here. It's taking a while. All right, back to SparkFX. I'm going to do a little bit more before I hop off here. So definitely, if you guys have questions, let me know, and hopefully you're getting something out of this. I'm going to try to do these a little bit more often, especially when I'm working on new features. Try to get some feedback, see what you guys think. And let's see, is this text still animated? Yeah, no, so it's not animated anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to reanimate the text. And let's take the slide off, and we're just going to do the scale. We're going to scale it from 0, and they're just going to kind of pop in. SparkFX full-time. I'm working a lot on it, but I do other stuff as well. And there we go. We just got a kind of a scale in effect. Let's make that go a little bit faster. I might need to adjust some of the defaults here. I like the animations when they go a little bit quicker. A little bit poppier. Do rotation. Rotates all of those, and let's turn off rotation. We're going to set it. We're going to do the scale pretty big, so it's going to be big, and it's going to scale down. That looks pretty good. Change the font. All right, that's working great. What other options? We got let's do the edit. Let's do the copy paste. So text tools. Make it bigger. Change the color. Drag it over there. I'm going to copy that style, and I'm going to paste it into these. And we're going to add some motion blur to this. That's one other option here. Enable the motion blur, set animation. And with this thing, I'm going to do the turn off. Actually, let's do the slide. We'll turn off the scaling and we'll do set animation. And then come down here, we're going to turn blur on. That's going to basically turn the motion blur on. And it's going to run a little bit slower, but it's still going to work. Just got to render slower, but we'll get it. All right, that's good. Okay, I'm going to be jumping off here in just a second. So if you guys have any more questions, comments, you know, I mean, I can hang out for a little bit longer, but I was kind of done running through most of the stuff I wanted to test. So if you have any questions, comments, let me know here, and I'll be glad to stick around and help you out. Oh, have a great night. Okay, thanks so much. Hey, thank you for watching and all your support. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it very much. So maybe I'll hop on and do this a little more frequently. Well, actually, again, because I rarely ever do this. But yeah, I'll get on here from time to time and run through some of this stuff so you can kind of watch how this is being built and let me know what you think. Appreciate the tools, make my life easier. So which tools do you use the most? What's been the most helpful thing from SparkFX in your workflow, what you do? Audio browser and Superbins. Okay, awesome. Yeah, there's a new tool I'm working on that it's kind of like Superbins, but it's a little more integrated with SparkFX. So you may be interested in that one day when it comes out. And the step markers. Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot more in the marker area in the smart content. There's going to be a lot coming in there that's going to help out. That's kind of in the works. But it's some more stuff with markers that you can kind of lay out some edit points and then have some automated editing. Yeah, smart markers. That's I'm going to do a lot more with those over time because it's really useful. I just kind of got to get it finalized and kind of cleaned up with some of the new stuff I'm working on. And what was the last thing I wanted to do? Oh, let's do the font colors here. Better silence removal tool. Yeah, I mean, I assume that theirs is going to get better over time. I tried theirs the other day, and actually my Resolve crashed. So I don't know exactly why. I'd never really tried it before, but I was going to try it on a video I was working on. Actually, the video that I'm making for this, I tried it on, and it didn't seem to work. I'm not sure why. But I just upgraded to the 20.2.3 or whatever the latest one. So maybe they fixed it. Maybe it's going to work better. Only one clip at a time. Okay, yeah. I'm sure it's going to get better. I mean, they're really aggressively updating Resolve, adding lots and lots of new features in. So I just expect every time they come out with a new release, there's going to be some really great stuff in there, because it seems like every time they do it, they're just making it better and do more. So I've really been impressed with everything they've been able to do. Well, introduce a lot of crashes. Yeah, mine's been up and down. Sometimes it works pretty well, and other times, there's a few issues here and there, but it hasn't been anything that I haven't been able to deal with. Obviously editing a video for 20 minutes at a time and having to restart, that's kind of a deal breaker. I haven't not had that issue. And teal. Okay, so we're going to update the teal fonts. And we're going to turn the teal fonts to something different. Turn the teal fonts to that. I think that worked. Yeah, project size. Well, hopefully they can. I mean, you have a lot of memory, so maybe there's a way around that or whatever. But that would be really, really irritating, especially if you're working on something big and you want to get it done quick and under some time pressure. But you definitely don't want to lose any edits. So I guess, restarting and keeping it from crashing and, screwing up your project is the way to go. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to shut this down. Really appreciate it. And if you remember, you can download SparkFX, try it out. Any questions, you can contact me on Discord. 100% aren't quick. Okay. Those long projects with lots of edits. Yeah, that's I've done some of those, and it takes a lot of patience to sit through it. It's really tedious. Oh yeah, 100. That is a lot of work. 100, 200 hours of gameplay, cut them down to 4-hour chunks. Yeah, that's a huge amount of work. Just kind of finding all your edits and doing it. I've never even attempted a gameplay edit, but I'm sure that's a major undertaking. All right. Anyway, message. If you need anything, send me on Discord. You can send a message on SparkFX, and that will be good. Appreciate it. And everybody have a great evening, afternoon, morning, or wherever you are. Thanks a lot.